There's a war no one talks about, not the one between nations, competitors, or ideologies, but the silent one that rages inside each of us. It starts the moment you wake up. It's between your highest self and your habits, between your purpose and your procrastination, between what you could become and what you've settled for. Every person alive fights this invisible war. The problem is, most people don't even know they're in one. This isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming aware. Awareness is the first sword you wield in this battle. The second is discipline. The third is compassion for yourself. Let's begin. The unseen enemy. In ancient wisdom, there's a recurring metaphor, the chariot and the rider. The mind is the chariot, the senses are the horses, and the self, the conscious awareness, is the rider. When the horses are untrained, the chariot crashes. When they are disciplined, it moves in harmony. In modern terms, this means your impulses, social media, comfort, instant gratification are the horses. Your mind is the chariot trying to balance all directions. Your awareness is you, holding the reins. Most people live letting the horses run wild. They don't realize that without reins, even the most powerful horses destroy the very vehicle they pull. You don't lose battles because you're weak. You lose them because you don't know what you're fighting. The science of self-defeat. Modern neuroscience tells us that the brain loves patterns. It doesn't distinguish between what's good or bad for you. It just repeats what's familiar. So if you've been used to delaying things, avoiding discomfort, or reacting emotionally, your brain builds that as your default operating mode. That's why willpower fails. Because you're fighting biology with motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Biology is persistent. Here's what works instead. Identity-based discipline. Ask yourself not, how can I stay disciplined? But rather, who would I be if I were disciplined? Your brain starts aligning with your chosen identity. It's no longer you fighting habits. It's your self-image rewriting them. Tony Robbins calls this standards. Joe Dispenza calls it breaking the habit of being yourself. Ancient texts call it mastery of the self. Different names, same truth. Your outer life mirrors your inner patterns. The parable of the bamboo shoot. A Japanese proverb tells of a bamboo gardener who plants a bamboo shoot and waters it daily. For years, nothing grows, not an inch. Neighbors mock him, telling him he's wasting time. But in the 5th year, something miraculous happens. The bamboo shoots up 90 feet in 6 weeks. What was it doing all this time? Building roots. Discipline works the same way. You won't always see results right away. You'll wake up early and no one will notice. You'll eat right and no one will praise you. You'll stay calm in arguments and no one will thank you. But underground, your roots are expanding, stronger, deeper, unshakable. Then, one day, growth will seem overnight. People will call it luck, but you'll know. It was your discipline maturing. The modern distraction trap. We live in an age where distraction is the new addiction. Every scroll, every ping, every just one more video is stealing tiny pieces of your potential. The real tragedy isn't lost time, it's lost depth. You lose the ability to sit with a thought, a problem, or even your own company. A Chinese parable speaks of a man chasing 2 rabbits. He catches none. That's modern life. We chase everything and master nothing. But there's a quiet rebellion available to you, the art of focus. Focus is the weapon of the disciplined. It's how you reclaim the throne of your own mind. Mel Robbins says, "You're never going to feel like it." And she's right. Your emotions are not your compass. Your values are. The disciplined don't wait for motivation. They create momentum. They act their way into feeling instead of feeling their way into acting. The power of self-respect. Here's a truth most people miss. Discipline isn't punishment. It's self-respect in action. When you keep your word to yourself, you signal your subconscious that you are trustworthy. And that single belief changes everything. You no longer need external validation. You stop negotiating with your excuses. You begin to walk differently. because you know you can rely on yourself. In African wisdom, there's a saying, if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. That's the essence of discipline, defeating the enemy within so you can live freely outside. The shadow and the light. Self-mastery isn't about suppressing your impulses, it's about understanding them. You can't fight your shadow by pretending it doesn't exist. You have to walk with it. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Ancient warriors were taught not to hate their enemies, but to know them intimately. Your impulses, laziness, distractions, they aren't your enemies. They're untrained parts of your psyche asking for structure. Discipline is how you train the chaos within into something beautiful. Mindfulness in motion. Mindfulness is not about escaping the world. It's about being fully present in it. It is the pause between stimulus and response, the small moment where you choose awareness over impulse. Imagine your mind as a glass of muddy water. If you keep stirring it, you'll never see through it. But if you let it settle, clarity appears on its own. Stillness is not idleness, it's preparation. Modern science now validates what ancient sages already knew. The mind and body are one system. Your thoughts alter your biochemistry. Calm thoughts lower cortisol, while stress shortens your breath and clouds your judgment. So, the practice of mindfulness is not just spiritual, it's biological self-mastery. The moment of choice. Every day, you stand at the battlefield of micro-decisions. Do I snooze or rise? Do I scroll or read? Do I react or respond? Do I complain or create? Each small choice is a vote for who you are becoming. No one else sees it. That's why it matters. The greatest battles are won when no one is watching. Every act of discipline plants a seed of transformation. Every time you choose structure over chaos, you reinforce the neural pathways of resilience. And here's the secret. The more battles you win internally, the fewer you'll face externally. The silent revolution. The world celebrates results, but evolution happens in silence. It's in the hours no one praises. It's in the nights when you keep showing up. It's in saying no when no one's keeping score. You're not competing with others. You're remembering who you are without the noise. Discipline is not rigidity. It's devotion to your higher self. Consistency is not boredom. It's how excellence is born. Deepak Chopra often says, what you pay attention to grows. So pay attention to your inner victories. They're the foundation of every outer success. The peace after the war. When you begin this journey, it feels like a fight, but as you continue, it becomes a dance. The war within transforms into alignment. Your actions, emotions, and thoughts begin to serve one purpose, your evolution. That's when discipline turns into flow. Effort becomes effortless. And the voice that once said, later, now whispers, now. You realize victory was never about defeating anything. It was about remembering your strength. You were never undisciplined, just disconnected. Reconnect to your inner command. Master your mornings. Guard your focus. Honor your word. That's how you win battles no one sees. And when the world finally notices, you'll smile, knowing the war within was always worth it.